I was
14 years old when the genocide happened in Cambodia. I had never heard of Jesus at that time. I became a soldier at 14 and I was in charge of guarding the village. First, I was a village guard and then I was chosen to be a soldier. So it was very regimented. Every aspect of life was controlled by the Communist Party. When you ate, when you slept, you couldn't go outside of their dictates. We followed whatever the leaders told us to do. If you wanted some lemongrass, you'd have to get permission to pick it up. And they taught us to speak respectfully of each other. They taught us manners. My job as a soldier was not in the front lines. I was an ammunition person. I was hiking, marching through the jungles, carrying the ammunition to them. And that's how it was like when I was a soldier. I heard a Christian preaching, and I appreciated the Christian worldview of the commandments and the laws that Christians follow in their life. But I was not connected to any one church. So I loved God, but I didn't know much more than that. Back then, I was just worried about getting food to eat. I didn't have time to read my Bible like I do now. One day I prayed, God, don't let me just bounce around. In my belief, I want to be shown real truth. Bring me to your holy group of believers so that I can worship you continuously. Most churches that I saw were always on Sunday, and at that time, there was a lot of disruption going on in the country. So the churches had a hard time staying together. I was bored one day and I walked up the street. I met someone and I asked her, I'm looking for a church. Where can I worship? She said, if you want to go, I'll bring you tomorrow. It's on Saturday. I said, okay, I'll go. Greg Timmons, the AFM missionary at that time, came and picked me up that Sabbath morning. As I was trained and discipled by them, I, little by little, gave up my old ways and started living a new life. And it wasn't too many months after that I decided to be baptized. I do confess that I wasn't perfect. Sometimes I fell into temptation and then I would stand back up. I always pray and ask God not to let me fall into temptation like that anymore. And since I believed in God, He's never let me go hungry. I've never been a beggar having to ask for food door to door. He's always taking care of me. I sometimes talk about God with my neighbors, and because my life is different, lots of them wonder about that. Their biggest worry is that if they become a Christian, no one would bring food and offerings to the graves of their ancestors anymore. They do have a positive view of Christianity because they can see the love that we have. But it's very hard for them to feel like they would be abandoning their beliefs and the beliefs of their ancestors. It doesn't matter what people say to me for accepting Christ or any persecution that they give. I don't care because God is my Savior. There's no other hope than in Jesus. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how tired I am as long as I have my Jesus with me. So I thank God for all His blessings in my life. I believe in Him until my last breath. They say that I'm alone according to the Buddhist culture. I'm alone because I don't have someone to bury me in a Buddhist way when I die. But I am not alone. God has always helped me.
Correct. Correct, Major.